Peace, love, strength, and power, royal family. This is another session of Late Bloomer, part 5. I am on my 12th week and applying a new technique of shifting weight and pivoting off of the center line. Note to self, buy new gloves. I'm noticing a lot of positives. I'm a little lighter on my feet, even though I'm still probably like the same weight, 180, which is pretty heavy, and it wears on your knees, especially being my age, over 40. But I got a little bounce in my step. All right, little feather foot. I still need to work on my spacing. I think that I can step out a little further and still have the same impact as far as my jab and my hooks go. I removed the mask today. I'm trying to work with the mask throughout the week, and when I do record, take it off, see if it makes a difference. And I think it does. I have a little more energy, a little more pep in my step because I'm not restricting my breathing. I like this round. I try my best to do 3-minute rounds, but I be struggling sometimes, man. I see some things I would like to change. That, for instance, that hop, I have to ground myself. I mean, I could see in a fight maybe you might have to leave your feet a little bit if you need to close space, but you remove a lot of your power when your feet leave the ground. I also need to change. I see my arm kind of flares up when I throw my jab, which will open up a liver shot, kidney shot, because I'm lifting my guard, and I want to tuck my guard a little tighter. The goal is to have a peekaboo style, which is a tight style, and when you open up, it's with explosives, it's with aggression, it's with intention. But until then, it's supposed to be a tight guard, and yeah, I'm trying to balance the two. Is being able to switch from boxing, because I still want to be able to throw hands. I still want to have good hand skills. You know, I've always had good hand skills. I don't want to lose that, but I also want to be able to switch into an aggressive, assaulting type of defensive / offensive style of boxing where it's just applying pressure, and you can't get through my guard because of the tight guard, and I'm very mobile, and it's a mixture of things I'm trying to add to this style of boxing, but it's going to take time because you have to get your body physically prepared to do those things, and I'm still struggling with that. And I'm going to work more on, I guess, turning my hip from the left side. I think it's still too short. It's not a lot of turn in it. I mean, it has impact, but it's not as good as it could be. So that's something I want to work on. Turning my hip from my left side. So as you can see, I turn it, but it's not as much as I want to turn it. I want to turn it. And the thing about that is that it's going to become a slower punch. It's going to become a more predictable punch. It's more telegraphed punch because your hips going to take a little more of a turn. so it's gonna take a little longer to get its mark. So I'm gonna try to find a way to mesh the two where I can still get my hip turned, and still not lose speed or sacrifice too much speed right there, So that's gonna be a challenge, but I think I can fix it. So I'm getting my feet there though. I like my foot movement. I still have to combine it with a shifting of my head like that, but with more consistency. So instead of me just using my feet, I have to add a slip. I have to add a slip even if it's at a downward angle where it's kind of like a coiled reaction type of style where you're bending down but is with the intention of coming back up like a spring. So yeah, that's gonna be something I want to work on. When I do shift weight, that I shift weight with intentions of coming back up with a explosive punch. So yeah, again, that's something that requires a lot of physical work and energy and endurance. So all things that you have to apply to get the style of fighting I'm trying to get. My right hip turn with the straight right, it's good. I'm not gonna say it's great because you can always make it better, more sharper, more crisp. But as far as the turning of the hip, I have a great rotation on it. I like it. I believe this is my last round. I try to do 3, but again, I've been struggling with fatiguing out. Sometimes I'm not making it the full 3 at all, and maybe getting to 220, 230. And this is just an internal clock. It's not something I'm timing. I'm doing it based on my physical. My body tell me when it's time to take a break. So learning how to throw punches in bunches and still maintain your intensity, still maintain your breathing. All of these are things you have to work on, and they require drills. So I've been doing more drills. I have to definitely do more running. I took a break off of running. I don't know why I did that, and I can see it here. I'm not as intense as I want to be, but I'm moving though. I'm moving. It looks good when you have space to move, but for now, what I'm doing right here is I'm moving. I see other people shadow box. I see other people use the bag, punch the bag, and they don't move like I move. So I think that I'm doing something that's different for me, especially for my age group. So yeah, it's something I continue to work on. Moving around the bag. How you hit the bag is how you fight in a real fight. So yeah, keep moving. Keep moving. If you're working on the bag, move around the bag. I still need to work on my jab and my straight and my distance, and of course, this is why I do these critiques. I'm just sharing them with you. I do these anyway. It's something recent I'm trying, so because I'm seeing improvement, and I'm seeing my flaws, so it allows me to make the changes I need to make, and I get to come back and redo it again. So, keep fighting, keep trying. I'm gonna move over to the heavy bag. Peace, love, strength, and power, royal family. Late bloomer part 5, 12th week, consistently going to the gym. Heavy bag work. I'm trying to add this new addition to my movement, the shifting weight and pivoting. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm still overthinking it for the most part, but I am doing it, so I'm thankful for that. I'm realizing I see a lot of technical flaws in it, but I see where it can be useful. The goal is to try to preserve energy when moving as much as I'm moving. I see some things I want to work on. Like, for one, not flailing my right arm up when I throw a jab, which exposes my kidney. Also, I want to put more emphasis on my left foot when I rotate my hip. I'm not rotating it as much as I want to because I'm still uncomfortable in this position of stance and moving my weight onto that left leg. So I'm working on that. I want to work on that. Yeah, I'm super slow here, but I've taken off the mask so I can work on my breathing, and it does help. It allows me to breathe a lot easier and preserve some of that energy because I fatigue out fast when I'm struggling to breathe. I do like that I keep my balance. That's because I do a lot of drills with guys in the gym and I move a lot. So one of the things I knew was important is even if you miss a punch or you swing and you miss whatever you're trying to hit, you keep your balance, you maintain your balance, and that comes from practice. So that's something I got to continue to work on, keeping your balance even when you're moving around, being able to readjust and get back into your stance. So all this is repetition, but I enjoy it. So some things I still need to consistently recorrect. What I'm seeing now is I don't move my head over the center line when I throw my jab. That's something I want to do. It's not natural to do it, so I have to force myself to do it. When I throw my jab, I tuck my chin into my shoulder. So that's something I have to work on. I'm really uncomfortable and I forget to do it. So I see I'm not doing it. And when I throw my hook, I want to put more in my left hook. I don't turn my hip enough. So those things I do notice. But this is me just learning how to pivot and shift weight. So I'm not really good at it yet, but I see where it can be applied and how it can be useful. It's still good at it. I still struggle with distancing, something I'm working on, but I do notice it. So when I notice it, I gotta remember to call it out. But I do like I'm moving more. You know, shifting weight is definitely gonna be fun to do once I'm comfortable doing it. I want to add a flip when I shift weight, so that's gonna be a challenge. But mental note: buy new gloves. Yeah, I need new gloves. Them gloves, I wore them gloves out, and the Velcro no longer Velcroing. Yeah, I am fatigued. You can see it. I can see it. I will never chop it up to age. It's conditioning and lack thereof. So this is the result of not running. I usually run it every day, and I haven't ran in like 2 weeks, and I can feel it. I can feel it. I can see it right here, but yeah, I felt it at that time. I was fatigued, and running does make a difference, man. Running makes a difference. Building up the endurance, it helps. So yeah, I have to get my butt back up there and run, and also lose weight. Right now I'm above 183. I'm like probably 185. but I was sitting at 190 when I first started a couple of weeks ago. So I lost maybe 7, 8 pounds. That was due to changing my diet. I still have a long way to go. And I'm trying to cut back on lifting heavy weights because building that muscle also adds weight. So that's going to be a struggle because I like being in the gym, but it's not good for your knees, especially if I'm going to be bouncing weight on one leg to another leg. Yeah, I've been doing these. So yeah, I got to lose some weight if I want to actually perfect this style of boxing. You know, if I was going to learn to box, this is the type of boxer I would have wanted to be right here. Shifty, explosive, tank, literally. I do like that it looks more fluent than when I first started. I looked awkward, it felt awkward. It looks like I'm kind of becoming more fluid with the bouncing left to right. And that's something I want to continue to work on. The shifting of head movements, the shifting of weight from left to right. The goal is to be able to throw power from any angle, from any direction, no matter where your weight is at. And that's going to require coordination, and that's going to take time to get coordinated, that you're comfortable. I was struggling to make 3-minute rounds. I think I was tapping out at about 220, 230, and yeah, that's from not running. I felt it, so I'm gonna try to do better next week. I'm gonna try to run again. At least if I can get up to 3-minute rounds, throwing heavy punches, I would be happy. That's progress. That would be progress. But the goal is to be able to go 5 minutes, 6 minutes. It's professionals in this gym that will go 12, 13 rounds and really just start sweating. So that's very impressive, and that's all a matter of their conditioning and their dieting. So, I'm in here learning, soaking up all the knowledge. But yeah, trying to actually apply it. Yeah, that's a different story to be doing it, later in life. But I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna cut weight, and I'm gonna be able to punch how I want to punch. Yeah, these was like really short rounds, so I only was able to probably do 220, 2 minutes and 20 seconds tops, 230. Normally I try to get 3, but yeah, I was struggling this week, man. But I understand why. I know what I have to correct. So I still get in the gym though. I still try it. This is my first year actually recording my boxing, and I would advise other people do it. It's very useful. It's very beneficial. Being able to critique yourself and see yourself from the outside looking in. You see a lot of your flaws, but you also see a lot of your progress. So yeah, I would advise other people do it. Record your work, whether you're doing it for fitness or conditioning or simply you want to compete, or just enjoy boxing. Yeah, record yourself. It's very beneficial and it helps.